Welcome to Back to School Night, the 7th grade science class edition. I am Andrea Barnett, the 7th grade science teacher, and most of you know me from last year teaching 6th grade science. I am also the 6th grade coordinator this year, and I have been wearing the hat of the Wardlaw Hartridge Science Department chair for a few years now as well. So it's my pleasure to welcome you back to the classroom. I thought you would get a kick out of being here, so I thought I would broadcast to you from the room. As you can see, it's still looking very good. Those bright orange chairs still twirl 360 degrees and still are on wheels. The only difference now is that there's a fewer of them in the classroom, so they are spaced 6 feet apart. Well, it is a pleasure to be here with your kids again this year, and it's so nice to see them. And we are working our way through the different tools we're going to need this year to be online as well as in person. So I thought I would show you some of those tools that we have been using for my class. Here we go. So first of all, we have our newly designed Power School page. This one clearly says, welcome to 7th grade science. And you can see over here, this is the welcome page. On the welcome page is my link to my classroom that your students use to come on, whether they are at home or if they have to be at home for some reason, or if they're in an overflow situation, they come on to my link here. Here is our textbook link. At this point, they have all bookmarked their textbook and they have it saved on their iPad. If for some reason the iPad doesn't work, they can get to these resources on any computer. I want to also show you that we are in the first unit. This is the introduction to matter. This year is all about physical sciences. And in the introduction to matter unit, you will find pages. And the first page is what is science? First assignments. These are the assignments we've been working on for the last week. And all the assignments are in this assignment page, assignment block. All the resources for the assignment can be found on this page. Here are some Google slides that we did together. So it's a form of collaborative assignment that I gave them. The next unit is lab safety, which we have started already, and your students are working on mastering lab safety. Again, an assignment block, and then the assignments in a preview and predict cadence, along with explore and learn, and then apply and practice, and finally assess is the cadence that we'll be using in the class. Our textbook is the Holt-McDougall. Again, this has been bookmarked for your students. Of course, you get this blue one, the physical science textbook. I also sent a textbook home. I do not expect them to carry that back and forth. Leave it at home for some reason if they prefer to use the book, or if they want to use the book along with the tablet, they have that ability. Again, if they're traveled somewhere and they don't have the book with them, they can be online, or they can be online if they prefer that, and writing on paper. So it gives them some choice. This is my 8th year teaching at Wardlaw Hartridge, and I'm very happy to be back. You may not know, but I got my start in science education back at the American Museum of Natural History, which was a wonderful way to introduce people to science and the scientific world. Before that, I worked at the Bronx Zoo, also educating people. And before that, I was working in the deserts in Israel, studying the behavior of birds that live there with a professor from Tel Aviv University. And it was a really wonderful time. I bring the passion that I took from those days into the classroom, very hands-on way of teaching. And I hope to continue to share that passion with your students and make them feel that science is attainable and that science is feels good and it's good to know. I want them to be global citizens and to understand the issues from the science perspective. So whenever possible, we do incorporate global issues. So let me share with you some of the topics that we will do this year. This is a full year of seventh grade physical science. We start again with safety, as I mentioned. We will also be moving into the metric system, learning again. But this time it's a little different because we are learning with the properties of matter in mind. And so we've got mass, we've got length, we've got volume, and of course we're going into density this year. Um, the students find it very exciting to learn about the periodic table, which we'll be touching upon, and I hope to incorporate a lot of the same lessons that I have in the past, just making them more individualistic. And of course, there will be some that will be different, and we'll be learning them through a virtual means. On the next page here, I have the two resources that we are using, which I already went through with you live, and how to find them, PowerSchool and Holt McDougall online. And this is how you would find me, abarnett@whschool.org. Please feel free to email me at any time. Tell me something great that you guys are doing together. Tell me something your child is interested in. Tell me something you talked about after learning about it in science. I'd like to hear from you. Also, tell me if there's a struggle that you need me to know about. I'm happy to hear from you and to respond to you. So I hope you had a good back to school night so far. I hope you enjoyed being in the classroom with me, and stay well and have a great night.